What's up, my fellow YouTubers, my fellow comic book lovers, anyone and everyone who likes anything to do with comic books? Welcome back. Glad to have you guys with me, just joining me, hanging out. I'm gonna go through what was in this box. It's my number one Marvel box. Not really ordered in any way. Not really. I've got a few CGC boxes to go through. I'm just going to show you guys what I had in the CGC box. So here we go. I'm also drinking Beltane Brewery. It's a Making the Sun Double Dry Hopped IPA, double IPA. Really good brewery from right here in Illinois, Lake Zurich. So cheers to you guys that enjoy your craft brews. Cheers. Okay, so I've got all my books unbagged, ready to go. Let's go through them. Okay. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 238. It's the first Hobgoblin. It's got the tattoos inside. This book is hard to find in high grade. Very hard to find in high grade. When I was a kid, I know I pulled out the tattoos out of every book that I had. I wasn't around for this book, but I definitely pulled them out. Any book that had tattoos or centerfolds, like I was the first one to just rip it up and put it on my wall or just keep it elsewhere other than the comic book. So these are intact. Yeah, 9.6. So good book to have. Great character to spec on. Hobgoblin's going to show up. He's a fantastic villain. Not that Spider-Man doesn't have enough, but he is a fantastic villain. Alright, I got Tomb of Dracula number 10. As you all know, this is the first Blade. It's a 5.5. Definitely undergraded. I got hit for this one because of that. You guys see it? So it's excessive ink runoff from their machines, but really, I mean, this was no one's fault but the printing presses. So I mean, this book is easily in 7.5 shape, but I got docked heavily for that ink runoff there. So it sucks, because I really thought that was a nice book when I got it. I mean, it's still a nice book, but all right. Amazing Spider-Man number 361. His first appearance of Carnage. Great book to spec on, great book to have. Carnage is another awesome Spider-Man villain. And another one, 9.4 lower grade. And I've got a couple more that are ungraded. Probably leave them that way. Okay, Marvel Spotlight number 5. Really hard to find in high grade. This is a mid-high grade, 7.5. Really hard to find high grade because of that black cover. Really hard, but it's a really nice 7.5. A few spine ticks definitely give it that 7.5. That's the one issue I see with this book. The corners are pretty nice. That corner's the most roughed up one, but it's really not even that bad. Great book to have. First appearance of Ghost Rider, Marvel Spotlight number 5, guys. Great book to have. And another Spider-Man book, number 31. First appearance of Osborn, Harry Osborn, and Gwen Stacy. I got this one raw. Looked like a decent grade for the price I paid, and then I got it graded by CBCS. So first work by Frank Miller at Marvel, Daredevil number 158. It's also the first appearance of Deathstalker, right there, and 6.5. This could be pressed out. I bought this graded. This book could be pressed, come back a 7, no problem. If I sent it back to CGC and just had them press it, it'd come back a 7, no problem. It has a couple waves right there that can be pressed out. Um, this corner is a little just off, but not color breaking. Definitely could be pressed out. So 6.5, send that to CGC, get it pressed, 7.0. All right, a lot of Spider-Man books. So I got 194, the first appearance of Black Cat in an 8.0. Felicia Hardy. Sick book. This book's been going nuts lately. I got it before hype, just when I wanted to get Spider-Man characters and villains and anything and everything Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I got Nick's number 3, first appearance of X-23 in a 9.4. Got this after the hype. I wish I had this book raw before all the hype of X-23, but I got a pretty good deal on this 9.4, so after all the hype. I got this one raw, X-Men 266, first Gambit. Picked it up raw. It looked so freaking hot. I was like, oh, this is coming back a 9.6, definitely 9.6 at least, and possibly 9.8. Yep, didn't come back that. I probably should have pressed it. I sent it out just the way it was. It looked so good. I'm like, oh, there's nothing else that can be fixed. But now then when I looked at it, and I don't know if they did this while grading or what, or before grading, but that corner right there has a little crease, but really not color breaking. You can't tell. And this corner, for some reason, it looks like a little off. It looks a little bent, but I know that can get fixed too. No, it's not color breaking. So centering on this book could be a little better. You see how it's a little off centered. Maybe that would bring it to a 9.6 when grading, but awesome book to have, first Gambit. Halfway through. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Thanks for bearing with me here. New Mutants number 100. First appearance of X-Force in a 9.6. Cheap book. I bought it for less than it costs to get graded, so I bought it for $15. Shipping, it came out to like $19, so I just got it. It was really cheap. Also a spec book, of course. All right, Avengers 69, first appearance of Grandmaster, and it's the first cameo of the Squadron Sinister. It's on the last page, so I got this one raw too. It looked so good. It looked so clean. The colors were awesome. A lot of the time, these colors have been so faded. This is from 1969, but I've seen this book so often, and the colors are really faded, but this one's so sharp. 7.0, probably could use a pressing too, and a slight dry cleaning. The back's just needs a little bit of dry cleaning right there. All along the spine, actually, it's just a little darker. It could definitely use a cleaning, so possibly come back at a little higher grade. But just an awesome book. Got it raw. It looks great. Paid like $30 for it. I'm usually pretty good at remembering what I paid for a book. I might be a few bucks off here and there, but that one I remember getting for a steal. So I got this one graded for like $60 off eBay. It's Marvel Team Up number 1. It's the beginning of the Spider-Man team ups that happen in this series. 7.5. It's an awesome book. I love the team up books. I've got a ton of them. I actually picked up a ton from Heritage. It was a lot. Had like 100 of these in the lot. So 7.5, Spider-Man, and the Human Torch is called Marvel Team Ups number 1. So great book to have, guys. Just a cool book. Nothing super special about it, but low distribution, hard to find in high grade. The Silver Surfer number 4. Classic cover. I mean, I've always loved this cover. I didn't even know this was an expensive book when I first saw it. It just, it didn't even know it was anything special, but the low distribution definitely makes it special. It's hard to find a high grade. This is an 8.0 I got from Heritage. Submariner number 1. I picked this up raw. Picked it up on eBay maybe 4 years ago possibly. Picked it up for, it wasn't super cheap. I think it was like $50. And at the time it wasn't super cheap. But I mean, Submariners, there's only one way for this book to go, and that's up, guys. This is his first issue in his own title. So it's the origin of Submariner retold as well. Can this one come up a grade? Possibly. It could possibly be an 8. That corner kind of gives it away, though. That corner right there kind of gives it away from an 8. So maybe not. I just noticed this corner could definitely use a pressing. That whole area is just, there's spine roll. You can tell there's spine roll by just looking at that area. Can't really tell toward the top, but at that bottom, definitely spine roll. Not color breaking either, but I probably won't be able to get any higher than the 7.5, even with that pressed out. Alright. Can't go wrong with Star Wars number 1. No, it's not the 35-cent variant. It's not the 35-cent variant, sorry. I wish it was. 8.5 as well. Probably about $50 I paid for this one raw. Maybe 60. I don't remember if that was the $60 one. Oh, can't pick him up. Ghost Rider number 1. First self-titled book. It's also the first appearance of Son of Satan, Damien Hellstorm. In a cameo. And this picks up where Marvel Spotlight number 11 leaves off with the Ghost Rider. So 7.0, I picked this up raw as well. I picked it up from Mile High. I think I paid it was $100 raw. So not cheap. I didn't get that one cheap. Did not get that one cheap, that's for sure. Nova number 1. Picked it up graded. 9.0. First appearance of Nova. The origin of Richard Rider. So it's his first appearance. It's also the first appearance of Zor and Nova Prime. And Ginger J. Well, Ginger J made a first appearance in Nova. Love it. I don't know who Ginger J is. So this one predates Howard the Duck number 1. This is Secret Wars number 2, Deadpool's Secret Wars. Deadpool's Secret Wars, sorry. Number 2. It predates Howard the Duck number 1 for the first appearance of Gwenpool. So, and it's got a big image of her on the cover. Howard the Duck number 1 has a small image on the right hand corner of her as well. But this one predates it. So what do you think? What do you guys think? I mean, I think the market has spoken. That definitely is the more expensive book, but I like that one more than Howard the Duck number 1. It's just such a bland cover. Devil Dinosaur number 1. Jack Kirby goodness. I don't care what anyone says about Jack Kirby's Devil Dinosaur number 1. The artwork on this is freaking awesome. It's just so fun. You know, Jack Kirby, I think, was so used to his regimented, what is it called? New Gods, and it looked so awesome and clean. I think he just wanted to be a little dirtier with this and really give it that kid feel. with Devil Dinosaur. So I don't know. I really enjoy that cover. You can't say you don't. So, and definitely a spec book. This was my first big purchase after getting back into comic book collecting again, and I was waiting to pull the trigger for at least a year before I finally pulled it. Classic cover, just an awesome book, awesome first appearance of a character. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 300. I got this raw with 298, 299, and there was one more in it. It wasn't. There was something else, but anyway, I picked this lot up for $90. So it was a sweet lot. I did best offer about 6 years ago. You can't go wrong with this. Werewolf by Night number 32, first appearance of Moon Knight. It's just a matter of time before Moon Knight shows up. Once that happens, obviously it could be years before we see Moon Knight in any Marvel film. But this book is just going to blow up. It's going to reach. Right now, this book is expensive, and there's nothing on screen, nothing anywhere to do with this character. No hints, no nothing. I mean, this guy getting a Disney series. Once Disney rolls out its, its Netflix style subscription, this character is just gonna blow up. I mean, Mark Spector is such an awesome character, very relatable in the mental health issues that are going on to this day, and how one copes with them. If you're gonna spec on an expensive book, this is the book that you get right here. Werewolf by Night number 32. Okay. And I'm sure, people thinking that and saying it, that's why the book is as expensive as it is, because people say he's the poor man's Batman. But I think he's a fantastic character. Definitely read some of the. I think Jeff Lemire was writing it at the time when I was reading some of the newer stuff. Loved it. I loved it. He's a great character. Definitely a great character. Very relatable. So, really cool character. Spider-Man number 101. First appearance of Morbius. Picked this one up raw as well. I probably paid $60 for it raw when I got it. This book spiked like crazy since the announcement that Jared Leto is going to be playing Morbius in a movie. So, that's my first CGC box. Not really haul, just showing it off. I've got a few more CGC boxes. Then I'm going to do a series where I take a box before I show you guys the video. I'm going to scan through and see what I think could be on the rise, and I'm going to call it on the rise. That'll be a cool little video, just a little bit of spec in each box. What do I have specking in each box? What am I specking on in each box? So that'll be fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's something that I always like looking for when I'm watching these videos. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe if you guys haven't. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more videos, just some fun videos. So thank you guys. You guys have a good one.